Hi there guys, Soutros here with the final day of the Alliance versus tutorials slash point scoring guides. So, as with the rest of the videos, I'll give you a brief overview and then a quick demonstration of what you can or can't do today to score your points. Going into the versus menu, what we can see here is we have legendary trade trucks, dispatch one time, perform legendary secret tasks. You have all 4 available speed up types that will score you points, and then a whole bunch of listed things here, which basically equates to combat, essentially. You will get some points for killing units, you will get some points for losing units, with a heavier weighting for if you kill units from your rival alliance. So, as with some of the previous days, we're going to start off with our legendary truck dispatches. Now, as we can see in my garage, I already have a legendary truck without rerolls, which is fantastic, so I'll set that off. And then we're going to just be using our reroll tokens until we hit legendary, that is the yellow wagons. And there we go, so there's 3 there, and when those are finally ready to collect, I will be setting off a 4th by the exact same tactic, just with the rerolls available. Now, the next one is our secret squad tasks. So if we go into the events tab here, and then go into secret mobile squad, well, we can see I've been pretty lucky with a couple of legendary tasks already. Exact same thing as we're going to do on the previous days. We're going to use our refresh tokens once we've set off our legendary tasks to try and get all yellow tasks, or as close to all yellow tasks as we possibly can. So, I've actually had to stop with my legendary tasks for now because I don't have the appropriate levels on my heroes to continue anymore, so I'm going to have to wait for these to finish and then set off the other ones. If you just use the quick deploy option when you're deploying things, it will usually be pretty good at selecting which ones you can or can't perform. But with just 3 trucks and just a small number of the secret tasks, you can see here we're already on over 1 million points there, which puts us above the 5th tier reward. Now, next on the list is your speed ups. This is going to be another one of those days where you're going to want to consider if you actually need to win the day, if it's already sort of decided in the week, if you are close to getting the victory, etc, etc. So make sure you're checking the dual progress tab, see how far into the week you are. As you can see on this particular week, we've already won even if they claim the 4 points. So I'm not going to personally use my construction speed ups today. I don't think it's necessary. There are better ways to score points just through the combat, which I will go into a little bit later. Now, here is the big one, the combat. What you should find is after the troop mobilization day, you should have a nice and healthy drill grounds with mostly, if not all, of your troops being the maximum level that you can. As you can see here, I'm actually lacking in my drill grounds. I'm missing about 5,000 troops, but it's still pretty healthy as far as my ability to claim some combat points is concerned. So, what you would like to do first is have a look in the Versus tab and then go towards the Assaults tab here. What this will allow you to do is click on this attack button here and it will redirect you to look at the Alliance versus server that you are up against. Now, as you can see here, it basically chooses the Alliance assembly point. So I'm going to have a little look around and see if there's any targets that are appropriate for attacking in this hive. I can see that at my current HQ level, this level 16 could well be an easy target to smash out, but that's the only one that's kind of looking available. Maybe this level 20 that's on fire as well. So I'm not going to do much attacking in this video as such. I'm going to probably leave that for another video just to give you a bit more of an overview of like certain tactics that you can use for how to best score points here. But it is worth noting that you don't have to attack your Alliance versus opponents. You can score points just by claiming any kills from anyone on this server, or indeed anyone on your own server. But there isn't really much point in attacking anyone on your own server. You may as well, you know, play for the strength of the server. So attack somebody else instead. So what I would usually do on days like these, if I think that the Alliance hive is too strong or too active, then I would quite simply look around the map and see if I can find a nice chunky amount of mid-teen range bases. Like this one, for example. This is a fairly decent hive drop-off point, and I would just plonk myself somewhere in the middle there and then just absolutely aim on setting that Alliance on fire and just aiming to score points that way. Now, bear in mind, this will break your bubble if you start scouting and attacking people, so please be cautious if you have a bubble active and you want to remain protected for the entire day. This probably isn't the point scoring method for you. Just kind of stick to the trucks, stick to the legendary tasks, play it safe. The key to scoring points on this day is to play smart. Now, if you go into the hive and they are massively stronger than you, or you're massively outnumbered, then what will happen is they will just swarm your base. You may get some kills on them, but they're going to get more kills on you. This is all a numbers game. If you're giving them more points by defending your territory or by going into their hive, then it's just not mathematically worth doing that. You may as well just attack weaker targets elsewhere. So you can gauge this based on your own strength versus theirs. Obviously, I'm sort of gauging it just based purely on HQ level at the moment, which can be, it's not super accurate, but it's a fairly good, ballpark indicator as to your strength. Now, the one final thing that I would say in relation to this particular day is that even though you can't score points doing your radar tasks, you always have Sunday to stockpile and recover your radar tasks. So radars are totally fine to bash out today. Don't worry about stockpiling, because you're going to overcap if you do that. And what you'll find is that is, once again, basically it. So there will be a second part to this video where I'm going over some tactics. I'll try to get some combat footage of me basically just aiming to tear down a few bases that I can, demonstrate a few movement methods, etc., to hopefully get you some decent points scored. So that is the end of it. Thank you very much. I hope you've got some good information from these videos. I hope they've been useful to some people in some regards. At some stage in the future, I do intend on maybe doing a good video walkthrough of the Desert Storm events as well, and the other kind of PvP events that occur during the week. But that should be it. That should be how you maximize your points during the Alliance Versus for the week. So thank you very much, and I shall see you next time. Bye-bye.